Hey, what is up mortals? It's Edward Sailor here, and before we get in today's video, there's something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if this video hits 500 likes by the end of the week, we will continue this what if. Thirdly, if you didn't know, only 41.3% of you guys are subscribed to us. So please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the story. If you haven't watched part 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, watch those parts first before this one. Or even if you need a refresher, there will be a link in the description below of all the parts. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Last time on Dragon Ball Deku, what if Deku was a Saiyan, Miria Togata as well as Nejire Hado and Tamiki Amajiki joined the fray as they introduced themselves as the Big Three to Class 1A. As a way to show what it takes to be taken under a pro hero for a work study, Mirio proceeded to defeat all of Class 1A bar one student, Izuku Midoriya. He went to attack him one more time with one of his special moves. However, Izuku predicted this and launched a counterattack. Mirio, expecting to fully knock him out, gets launched by one of Izuku's ki blasts. Both attacks neutralized each other's momentum, creating a small space between them. Mirio looks up and sees Izuku with a strange golden aura around him. He advanced one more time using a different ultimate move, Phantom Menace Air Barrage, infused with One for All. Mirio thought he would win as he sprinted towards Izuku. He stayed motionless. He swung his arm to strike him in the face. Izuku still didn't move. He bolstered One for All in his arm, swung and missed. He turned around to see Izuku, who was facing away from him. His fighting spirit grew exponentially, passing his will to beat Mirio in a 1 versus 1 fight. Rubble around them from when Izuku hit the wall started to levitate as the air around them grew denser and denser. The atmosphere around him seemed calm, frighteningly calm. Izuku turned to face his adversary face to face. His eyes were burning with anger. Izuku felt that his classmates had been disrespected, all their hard work put to shame. Mirio saw this and started to charge One for all around his body, recognizing that his normal state just won't be good enough for his next challenge. "I will not let you win!" Izuku shouted with all his passion and might. Suddenly Izuku started shouting as his ki expanded into a blazing inferno surrounding him. All his classmates looked in awe as a wave of heat hit them like a truck, pushing some of them back a couple of feet. Others landed on their butts due to the immense pressure in the facility. The class peered up through the glass panels on the ceiling, black clouds revolving around the facility. Without warning, a bolt of lightning impacted the building, which shook everyone inside. Izuku's hair started to flash golden, his dark pupils gone from his eyes. His aura changed color also, matching his new golden locks, his eyes now a piercing blue. His demeanor has changed, his face supporting a more vengeful look, staring daggers towards Mirio. "Aizawa-sensei, get everyone away! Make sure they're at a safe distance!" He called out to his teacher, not too sure on what was happening. "Now, sensei!" Izuku now demanded of his teacher. He had no other option but to comply. "That kid is gonna get a lesson on how to respect his elders when we get back," Aizawa thought as he pulled all his students back with his capture gear. "Better know what you're doing, kid. If not, then you'll be put under house arrest again until the end of this semester." "Yes, sensei," Izuku replied. Aizawa thought about using his own quirk to stop the fight, but his curiosity got the better of him and let the fight continue. He sent a message to Principal Nezu to set up a meeting between himself, Izuku, and the principal. Mirio felt a cold chill, sensing that he was in imminent danger. He set his fighting pose and got ready to brawl. Izuku followed suit. Both stood there waiting for some type of movement. Mirio's hand twitched slightly due to the immense pressure Izuku was producing, and he rushed in, leaving a crater in his wake. Mirio saw him for a second until he vanished right in front of him. A high-pitched sound cut through the air as Izuku somewhat teleported behind Mirio and hit him with a right hook. Mirio tried to brace, but the punch was far too quick for him to react defensively. He went flying into the next wall while Izuku kept up the pressure. He tracked him down and hit him with a fury of shots. His limbs were moving so fast, to the spectators watching, all they could see were the after images of Izuku's attacks. He was moving too fast for Mirio to even activate his quirk and dodge.
Damn it!
Mirio thought.
If this keeps up, I'll be knocked out before I can even throw a punch. I need to increase the charge of one for all through my entire body to keep up with his speed.
Izuku then uppercut him, sending Mirio upwards 30 feet. Mirio, shocked by Izuku's devastating power, looked back down to Izuku. He then realized that he wasn't there anymore. He searched for him, looking at everything in front of him. He came to a conclusion that Izuku was somehow behind him. Before he could even react to launch a counter, Izuku's double hammer punch sent Mirio into the ground. He saw this as his opportunity. Mirio activated his quirk, which sent him hundreds of feet underground. As soon as he shut off his quirk, he got sent straight back up at an immeasurable speed. He resurfaced and propelled towards Izuku, who hovered still from when he attacked Mirio. Still glowing with one for all, he sped up on his ascent towards Izuku.
Improvised ultimate move! Phantom Menace Air Missile!
Shouted Mirio as he spiraled, which built up to a powerful strike. Izuku put up a block, but it was no use. Mirio's kick warped through his arm and struck Izuku in the face. This sent Izuku into the wall, denting it. He fell to the ground as rubble collapsed on top of him, creating a dust cloud. Mirio landed and cautiously walked towards Izuku, knowing full well that his kick wouldn't be able to knock Izuku out, especially in his powered-up state. The rubble began to move. Mirio halted, scanning to see if Izuku was still in a fighting spirit. He heard the high-pitched whistle again. However, the sound kept repeating. He stumbled back and bumped into something. He felt his aura. Suddenly, Izuku started screaming. Mirio turned to face him, but only to get hit with a large energy burst from both of Izuku's hands. It was the same as the ultimate move he was practicing, but due to his current power boost, he was able to control the recoil and not fracture his bones. Mirio was blasted away and landed on the rubble that had already fallen from his previous attack. He tried to get back up, but he couldn't move. He noticed that his arm might be broken and his legs are underneath heavier pieces of concrete. He looked back up. Izuku staggered towards him. For the first time in a long time, he was truly afraid. Izuku inched closer and closer, while Mirio tried to find a way out of his demise. Izuku stood victoriously over Mirio.
Hurt my class again, and I will hurt you more than today.
Izuku threatened Mirio. He didn't respond. Izuku turned around. His hair returned to its natural black and dark green hue to its messy hairstyle. His eyes regained their bright green color. He took a few more steps away before he abruptly collapsed. Aizawa rushed to the aid of his student and Mirio. The other students of 1A as well as the other two members of the Big Three trailed behind. Nejire Hado kept on bugging the students, asking what was that and have they seen it before. All of them were dumbfounded, not sure at all whether that was truly their classmate or not. Nameki Amajiki sprinted to get all the rubble of Mirio, still trapped under all the debris. Aizawa once again switched his phone on, but this time to call for transport to take Izuku and Mirio straight to the nurse's office. The rest of Class 1A were urged to go back to class.
The damn nerd! How does he always power up when I close in on him?
Bakugo grumbled, pissed off that Izuku most probably surpassed his current limits.
Don't worry, Baku bro. You're awesome as it is. I'm sure you'll be number one in no time.
Kurashima said, trying to cheer up his always angry friend. Bakugo just grunted and walked back towards the changing rooms. Before we get back into the story, I would like to say that we've got a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes over the hard facts of the anime presented. Now, in case you guys didn't know, we have a third channel called We the Celestials Naruto What If. We the Celestial Naruto What If mainly focuses on Naruto What If series. If you're interested in content like this, please go check the description below or click the eye icon in the top right corner. Now with that out of the way, let's get back into the story. 2 hours after the fight, and Izuku woke up from his encounter with Mirio. He got up in a panic, not knowing what had happened after the fight. He noticed that he is in Recovery Girl's office and calmed down. He saw that he was still in his school training uniform. However, the top was cut off with bandages that covered his torso and shoulders. He noticed a silhouette next to him, behind a curtain. He pulled the curtain back and saw Mirio in a bunch more bandages and a cast and a sling on his right arm. Izuku immediately started apologizing over and over again. Mirio laughed.
You did really well in the fight. Your quirk is really strong, but to be able to boost yourself like that is amazing. I thought I was a goner for a second,
but it's good to know that you're on the hero side, he replied optimistically. Izuku breathed a sigh of relief. But that was before the door opened. All Might entered with Aizawa behind his massive figure. Ah, young Midoriya, how are you doing? I hope you haven't injured yourself too much. From what I saw on the cameras and from Mr. Aizawa's account of the fight, it was amazing! How did you do it? All Might questioned, almost deafening everyone in the room.
I don't know, All Might. I just focused on how Mirio easily defeated my friends, how all their hard work was dismantled, and how much it hurt their progress. I now see it was a stupid reason to get mad, but if I didn't, I wouldn't have known about this new power.
Izuku replied, bewildered with the new aspect of himself. I'll take that as a compliment. Mirio chuckled as he laughed once more, which helped Izuku get rid of any guilt. Well, it is an interesting turn. I'll keep a much closer eye on your progress, young Izuku. And young Mirio, I'll talk with you soon. There's much you need to learn, also. All Might spoke as he made his way out of the office. Your classmates have written notes for you, and I'll pick someone to get you once Recovery Girl has dealt with you. Aizawa said in a very bland voice, following All Might and leaving both Izuku and Mirio alone. You are really strong, Izuku. You truly have what it takes to be number one. I mean, look at what you did to me. I doubt many villains would be able to overpower me this easily. Now promise me this, don't stop working. You beat me using this unseen, unknown power that you just grasped. But what says that that is your limit? Keep pushing yourself to work harder and strive to be the number one, because it'll be more fun to compete for that spot with you. Izuku was surprised to say the least. He never expected to hear these things from someone who had just lost to him in a fight. All Izuku could do was nod, his eyes lit up with determination. Mirio stood up from his bed and started to go towards the door.
Wait, Mirio-senpai, where are you going?
Izuku asked, worried over his very injured senior. Oh, Recovery Girl has already given me treatment. I was just told to wait until you wake up to leave. They didn't want you to panic over whether you injured me too much. Mirio replied in his always happy tone. He opened the door and bumped into someone. Oh, sorry, I'm guessing you're here for Izuku? He's right there. See ya, kid. Mirio waved at his junior and walked away. Izuku kept his eye on the door where Ochako Uraraka walked through.
Hi, Deku. Are you okay now? You were awesome. How did you change your hair color? Is that your new ultimate move?
Asked Uraraka, frying Izuku's brain with the amount of questions in succession. As Uraraka interrogated him, she got closer and closer. Izuku noticed this and went beet red, while Uraraka also went beet red as she noticed that she was talking to Izuku while he was somewhat half naked. Recovery Girl came along and did a checkup on Izuku. She noticed that nothing was truly out of the ordinary and sent him back to class after he changed back into his normal school clothes. At the end of the day, Izuku went back to his home and started to train again as he prepared for the next big step in his hero career, work studies. Where would he find his place and how would his experience and his work change him as a hero? Find out next time on What If Deku Was a Saiyan? Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. On behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer of this video and the editors for this video. Their details will be in the description. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or you're interested in becoming one of those, go to the Discord that is in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for members to join us. So thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and hit that like button if you liked the video. Until next time, peace out mortals, and have a fantastic day.